You guys probably heard about this, but oh, is Spidey woke? Spider-Man, is he woke? Well, before we can talk about that, we have to talk about the fact that your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, the animated series, it has released. It is currently on Disney Plus. I was able to watch the first two episodes. I don't know why Disney didn't want to give out screeners to everybody. I don't know. But it's all right. It's okay. I am not a fan of the animation. I do not like it. I don't like the Daria meets comic book live motion type of it does not work for me. Um and I think I've also talked about how I don't agree with the idea for Marvel to for Marvel animation to constantly change the animation style for every single property. I think that, at some point, think of like what WB did with Batman the animated series, with Superman, Justice League Unlimited. They kept that animation really similar. So I do find value in that. Now again, animation, it's art. Art is subjective. That's just my personal preference. I'm just not a fan of that style. But the story so far, it's okay. I've watched the second episode, so I like where it kind of ended off. That was interesting. Um, so I'm interested to see where this goes. But that's not even the news. Part of the news here is the fact that apparently Marvel loves this. Like Marvel thinks that it is so good that they already are green lighting this thing even more. We haven't even gotten the end of season 1 yet, and they've already renewed it for season 3 on Disney Plus. All of the scripts for season 2 are done. Animations and stuff are halfway done. So as we know, animations takes a while, but they are already hard at work with it. So you know, okay, cool. They believe in it. That's fine. However, we got to talk about Spider-Man. So, um, as I'm sure you've heard, we've had a nice little run of people saying spicy things in the last week, coincidentally. Seems like there's a shift in society or something. I don't know. But Hudson Thames, he is the voice actor for Spider-Man in your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He was interviewed recently, and he said some things that kind of got people talking. And I wanted to kind of go over what he said, and we could talk about it. So here he is being interviewed, and he said here, I thought that it was awesome. I mean, my biggest fear about playing this, my biggest fear was that it was going to be annoying and woke, and it wasn't. And I was like, yes, this is great. It's so well written. Like it feels real. I'm the oldest of 5 boys, so I feel like I kind of know what's happening in their lives and in high school, and it felt like it was doing that justice. Hey, Hudson, what do you think woke means? Like, and for anyone watching, this is Hudson. That's Hudson. Okay. Just to give you a little context. Um, I'm very curious as to what Hudson believes woke means because I know what it's supposed to mean. I know what it used to mean, but I also know how it's being applied nowadays only by certain people. Now, shout out to Adam Blevins, who did this article, because he followed up right after this with what that means. And he said, woke is a term which is more often than not used as a dog whistle, in other words, like a silent little calling, for racism and sexism in entertainment fan bases. So, in other words, when you hear people talking about movies or TV shows that are woke, that usually means that they have a problem either with the women or the women of color or just people of color. That's what that means now. It means we don't like this diversity. We don't like this inclusion. We don't like this equity. Now, I have always said that if that's how you feel, I just want you to say that out loud, right? Let's not cover it up with the word woke. Let's not do that. Let's not play games. Be honest. What is the opposite of diversity? Uniformity. So you only want to see one type of person? What is the opposite of equity? In case you did not know, equity is fairness. So if you don't like equity, that means you want unfairness. Okay. If you don't like inclusion, what's the opposite of inclusion? It's exclusion. So if you only want one type of person to have an unfair advantage and exclude everyone else, what are you really saying logically? So I'm very curious what Hudson really believed was so woke that he was so afraid of jumping into this. Now, if you've watched the first couple of episodes, I would say that this movie or this TV series, it looks pretty. They shake a lot of stuff up. A lot of characters are not the way that they traditionally look. I would argue that they actually look like New York. If you've been in New York, there is no oneness of it's a whole melting pot of people. There's a whole lot of different people. It's a salad bowl of people. All types, all religions, all cultures, all backgrounds, gender, all of that. That's what I saw in this show. So I'm still very curious. What exactly was he afraid of? So in the article, it goes on to say that the showrunner, Jeff Tramiel, who is a black man, by the way, eloquently spoke about bringing a new version of New York City to life, one that is flush with representation that accurately portrays that the many different cultures in one of the biggest cities on earth. And I think they did that. I think they accomplished that. So again, that was what you saw in the script. What were you afraid of? Now, here's something I don't like. The showrunner was later asked, I think it was on a Reddit, Ask Me Anything. Somebody asked the showrunner, like, hey, Hudson said that the show was going to be annoying and woke, and he was afraid. What do you think about that? And this is what he answered. This is the showrunner talking. When he was asked about Hudson's comments, he said, ha, I love Hudson and didn't focus too much on what he said. I believe he simply misspoke. And I know that's been weighing on him. I don't like it, especially for the reasons and the context behind it all. As previously mentioned, woke nowadays is used for either pointing out sexism and or racism, if not both. I feel very uncomfortable with a black man who's in a position of power because he's the showrunner trying to cape for this actor who is using this dog whistle for the same term that would in other contexts be derogatory towards you. You don't need to speak for this man. You don't need to make excuses for this man. Let Hudson speak. I don't want to hear no misspoke. What is this nonsense? Ain't no I misspoke. That's like saying that that other lady, on the Netflix thing who's talking about Hitler only had an opinion about the Jews. Oh, well, she only misspoke. No. You said what you said. Stand by that. And if you didn't mean it, say something else and clarify yourself. But I don't like this idea of other people, especially another black person, somebody who would probably be the victim of that. Because I don't know, maybe people like that might think like Hudson, might think that guy, Jeff Tramiel, or what, yeah, is that his name? Yeah, Jeff Tramiel. They might think that you a woke DEI hire. That's where that mindset tends to go. And you over here giving him cover for what? Let him sink. Let him swim. Let him figure it out himself. He a big boy. So I would encourage the press, the media, don't let him off the hook. Matter of fact, go ask Brad Winderbaum that too. Yes, the Kevin Feige Jr., like the guy in charge of Marvel TV. Go ask him that question too. What do you think about your people talking about stuff is woke and annoying? What is woke? Because I can tell you this, Marvel was not founded on being anti-woke. That was not Marvel. Marvel was not about that. Marvel was always about inclusion. Marvel was always about accepting everybody. That's what Stan Lee stood for. That's what they were all about. So if you're bringing in talent that is counter to the culture that was the foundation of your company, I think we need to reevaluate that. Now, we will get to it in a second because I remember seeing people talking online about how Anthony Mackie's comments that we will get to. People was talking about, oh man, he needs more PR training. Oh man, what about Hudson? Did he skip his PR training? Somebody told him or didn't tell him, hey, it's okay if you use buzzwords like woke in interviews. Nobody will have a problem with that. How about we go have him go through the training again? How about we go have him rather, because I know people were sitting there talking about Mackie, and we'll get to him. But why is there not? I need to see that same heat for Hudson. I want to see Hudson answer that question. Excuse me, what did you mean by that? What were you afraid of? Even Jeff just said here that and I know it's been weighing on him. What the hell has been weighing on you? Sir, you are a voice actor. You're not even on the screen. What the hell are you? What's weighing on you? The only thing that should be weighing on you is if you got your voice together. What are you talking about? Anyway, the show, I think, is as diverse as it can be. It looks it's already changing a lot of the storylines. It's changing a lot of the characters. So again, I'm still wondering what the hell was so scary to this man that later on I need more details. And I don't like the idea of letting people get off the hook with something like that. Shout out to the article. I'm happy that the article posted it and they, because sometimes you don't have a lot of time. Maybe you were in shock that they would say something so dumb or weird. I get that. And I'm glad that they clarified that. But I do want somebody to follow up with that. Comicbook.com, Collider, Variety, what up? All of y'all out there with access. I need y'all to follow up with that. Don't let this man off the hook. Ask him that follow up, please. Anyway, I wish he would show up at this next event I'm going to. I'd be like, yo, Hudson, come in. I talk to him real quick. Anyway, y'all let me know. What do you think about this whole Spider-Man woke thing? Do you think that this is congruent with Marvel and their culture? Should Marvel say anything at all? Because sometimes Marvel do be quiet. They will be quiet. Boy, if I run into that, I'm gonna ask them. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. This was just a segment of one of my live chats, and if you're interested in joining in on the next one, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications for more. I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you all later.